Class, in the previous video you learned about the invertebrates. Now in this video we talk about the vertebrates. Before talking about the vertebrates, the one term is given in your book, that is notochord. So first we talk about what is notochord. Look at this figure. It is a figure of embryo. You can see in this figure a red rod-like structure is formed on the back side, and this structure is known as notochord. How we relate this notochord to any part of our body which is present inside? It is inside in our body, that is backbone. It is relate to our backbone, which is also known as vertebral column. Because backbone is also a rod-like structure, it support the body. So this notochord have the major role in the development of this backbone. Notochord is not present in all organisms in the kingdom Animalia. It is present in some organisms throughout their life, and in some it is present at the stage of the embryonic development. When it's become adult, there is no notochord is present. So on the presence and absence of this notochord, the kingdom Animalia is divided into chordates and non-chordates. The non-chordates you have already done, that is also known as invertebrates, and chordates is your vertebrates. So chordata means in the word chordata, chorda means cord, and this cord is related to your notochords. So that's why vertebrates come under the phylum chordata. And these vertebrates are divided into 5 classes: Pisces, Amphibia, Reptilia, Aves, and Mammalia. In Pisces, we learn about all the fishes. In Amphibia, we learn about the animals which live in both land and water. In Reptilia, we learn about all the reptiles. In Aves, we learn about all the birds, and in Mammalia we learn about the animals which give birth to their young ones. You can see in this figure that all these classes, that is Pisces, Amphibia, Reptile, Aves and Mammalia, all have a vertebral column or a skeletal. Now, to study the fish, it's come under the vertebrates, is chordata, and class is Pisces. Fish have a streamlined body, and this streamlined body helps the fish to swim easily, because this shape helps the fish to reduce the water pressure, and the tail fin helps them to change the direction, and also it helps to maintain the balance. The body of the fish is covered with the scale. You can see here a round-like structure. It is scales. Fish have a bony structure, means have a skeleton, and they breathe with the help of gills. They have a gills as a breathing organ. Fishes are cold-blooded animals. Why are they called cold-blooded? Because they can maintain their body temperature according to their surroundings. Means they can change their body temperature according to the temperature of their surroundings. Most fish lay eggs. Some exceptional cases also, like a species of shark, seahorses, rays, and several others, give birth to their young ones. Now here you can see a picture of frog, toads and salamanders. All these three can live in both on lands or in water. So they are come under the class Amphibia, because the word amphibia is derived from the Greek word amphi, which means both. So here they live on both land and water, so they are called amphibians. You all have seen the frog. The frog can swim in water, and it has a web feet. These web feet help them to swim in water. and they also lay eggs in the water. When they are young, means when they are in the stage of baby, that is tadpoles. At the stage of tadpoles, they have tails and breathe through their gills. They have a gills like a fish to breathe. But as they become adults, their tails and gills vanished. They do not have tails and gills. At that time, they start breathe through the skin and lungs. Except salamanders. Salamander has a tail and it's look like a lizard. All the amphibians are naked, means their body is not covered with the scale. They have a slimy skin. Like Pisces, amphibians also are cold-blooded. As I told you, they can change their body temperature according to the temperature of their surroundings. Next class is Reptilia. All the reptiles like lizard, tortoise, turtles, crocodile, snakes all come under this class because in the word reptilia, reptilis means to creep or crawl. All these animals creep or crawl on the land. If we take an example of alligators or crocodiles, you can see their body is covered with scales and they are aquatic or terrestrial both, but they breathe through their lungs, means they live most of the time they spend in water and somewhat on the land. In this case, the difference between reptilian and amphibian is that in amphibians spend their first part of their life, early part of their life in water and the rest on the lands. But reptilia may be aquatic or may be terrestrial, maybe live on land or in water. They have limbs such as lizard, crocodile, turtles and use these limbs to walk or swim. While snakes use the large scales under their body to crawl along the ground. Most reptiles lay eggs and they have a leathery shells. The eggshell is leathery. Some give birth to their young one also, but in that time the young ones are totally resemble to their parents. But in the amphibians, at the first stage, that is the early stage, tadpoles are totally different from their parent, that is frog. Like Pisces, amphibians, reptiles also are cold-blooded because they can change their body temperature according to the temperature of their surroundings. The next is aves. All birds come under this class. Unlike other classes, aves, that is birds, are warm-blooded because they do not change their body temperature according to their temperature of their surroundings. You can see the picture of bird. Its body is covered with feathers, means all birds have feathers. They also have wings and these wings help them to fly. Why the body of the bird is very light? Because there is air cavities in their bones. So due to this, it is very lightweight and this also helps them to fly. So both the wings and lightweight bones help the birds to fly. So most birds can fly. Some exceptional kills that like flightless bird like ostrich, emu and penguins. Because of heavy weight they cannot fly but all the birds can walk. Bird can swim because they have a webbed feet and this webbed feet help the bird to swim in water. All the birds lay eggs and care their young ones until the young ones are able to fend for themselves. And the next and last is mammalia. Under mammalia comes our pets like cat and dogs, some farm animals like cow and buffalo, and other animals which give birth to their young ones, including us human beings. All are come under the mammalia because they do not lay eggs, they give birth to their young ones. There are some exceptional cases also, like platypus and echidnas. Both lay eggs. They did not give birth to their young ones. And all the young ones survive on their mother's milk. Like apes, mammals are warm-blooded animals, means they do not change their body temperature according to the temperature of their surroundings. All the mammals have hair on their body. Most mammals have external ears, that is outer ear, and nose. All the vertebrates have only openings for ears and nose, but mammals have external ears. Mammals breathe through their lungs. Even aquatic mammals such as dolphins, porpoises, seals, and whales need to surface in order to breathe because they breathe through their lungs.